Hi, AfterBuzzers. You're watching the AfterBuzz TV After Show for Scream Season 2, Episode 7, Let the Right One In. Join us as we break down the episode and give you our thoughts and predictions. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, this song is so good.
I just want to be laying on a beach somewhere with you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
you guys, yeah.
Having
We're
fun?
going to plan this, okay? All right, guys, I'm your host, Katie Campbell. You can find me on Twitter at Katie Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell. And joining me tonight, Kelly McInerney.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly McInerney. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo.
And across the table, Pegah Rad.
Hi, everybody. You can find me on Twitter at Pegah Rad.
And Michael Drew.
Hey, my name is Michael Drew. You can find me on Twitter at Michael_Drew, Michael EAL, and the same thing for Instagram.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that we're back talking about this show.
Yes.
I love it. Before we get into tonight's episode, though, I want to say thank you guys always joining us in the chat. We have it up here. We're going to be reading your comments, so let us know what you think and tweet us. And if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do so. That is youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. And you can also find us on iTunes and SoundCloud. Give us that 5-star thumbs up, leave a comment, tweet us using the hashtag ABTVScream. And we're excited to talk about this episode.
Yeah.
Let's jump in.
That was a goodie.
Yeah.
It
That
was.
I'm more confused and not confused.
Kelsey's like, it's the janitor.
Oh my
It
god.
was.
That would have been a quick janitor because one minute he's running up and the next minute he's
I know.
yeah.
You know what? Someone, real quick, someone just said that this should be a Netflix show. This would be such a good binge-worthy show.
It is on, the first season's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
It is. I just binge watched the whole thing in
Yeah.
2 days again.
so good.
It's really fun
It's
to
very
binge watch.
bingey. This is a
Yeah.
good binge. This is a good binge.
I was thinking about that during this episode. I was thinking I can't wait for this whole
know.
season to be on there, and then I'm going to start from the beginning and watch it all over again because it's fun to watch it like that.
Probably see
Yeah.
missed things you thought you saw. Like, oh, why didn't I know?
Yeah, they give little looks all the time and the lingering stares. You know, it's fun to watch that back to back to remember.
To see the hints where they are.
Yeah.
Feel ya.
It's Karen. Someone's saying it's Karen.
You're right, whoever said that.
Always lock your
This
door.
girl.
Yeah.
She's been saying that the whole time.
Well, that's a thing. Somebody said always lock your door up here. That's very interesting because nobody locks their door. Every single one of these people in this show is not being cautious, and it's like, okay, everybody knows what's going on. Let's take a little precaution, not go anywhere alone, lock our doors, be smart about things.
Emma's the dumbest, too.
Yeah.
Following Eli.
Yeah.
Emma, I think I said that last show. I was like, she makes these decisions that make it hard for me to root for her.
Yeah.
And everything she did this whole episode, like Katie, the whole time was just being so audible. Like, what is she? I want to punch her in her face. What is she doing?
I'm not violent, but guys,
know.
it's making me mad.
She like her decision making is just like, what are you doing?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It is pretty bad. But I always go back to she's emotional. She's going through a
on.
lot. I know, but the whole hanging out with Eli thing, like,
It's-
come on. Like, you're with Kieran. You're still in a relationship.
Yeah.
Even if it's just he's having dinner with you, that's more than a
Yeah.
hang. You know,
Yeah.
he wants more.
Right.
And
Like,
then
if you want to hang, you go get coffee
Yeah.
during the day. You don't do a nighttime date.
Let's talk about that whole situation
Okay.
too, because I feel like, so he took her shift in the morning, and then when she gets to work, she was stressed out, and she's opening up to him, which she just never stops doing, opening up to people.
Yep.
But he kind of defends Kieran, and he's like, listen, he's been through a lot. His mom, his stepdad died. He, in the car accident. Right before the car accident, he got in a huge fight with his stepdad, and maybe he blames himself. Whatever, yada yada. I'm making excuses for Kieran. He's been through a lot. His dad, the way he died and was butchered, horrible. But then later on, he kind of just bashes on Kieran.
I'll be setting it up. That's how you steal somebody's girlfriend. You set it up.
Yeah.
Like,
She's
I
gotta
care
be
for him.
smarter.
Well, she's not. That's the whole point of the Scream show. Emma's stupidity.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
everything is done because Emma's bad decision making. I found it so crazy what he thought was a good what was considered fun for him. Like when he's telling her we should go out and have a good time, have fun. I'm like, okay, he's gonna bring her somewhere and dance and loosen her up. He brings her. I see them walking through a trailer park. He brings her to an empty house.
He's a creep.
Teenagers
What a
for ya.
weirdo.
Well, look at what he did in the beginning. He Goldilocks-ing, just
Yeah.
breaking into people's houses, eating their bread, and,
And her
looking at them with a
reaction?
knife.
Her reaction, like, oh, I'm going to make fun of you for that.
No,
For breaking into
that's
people's
psycho.
houses and being crazy in this town where people are already getting murdered.
He was at Ren Lake Estates too, which is the place that Brooke's dad lured Jake to when Jake was murdered. He was unlocking the gate and it was to Ren Lake Estates, and the text messages said that too. So there's something going on. Maybe Eli's connected.
Yeah, so who lives there? What is that place?
A model home.
Yeah, they're just model homes.
Okay.
Just like,
Cool.
you could have this. It's like Arrested Development. You know how they had that model home,
No.
but nobody lived there?
Gotcha, but I know model homes. Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat are saying that it's Kieran and Eli together.
No,
It totally could be.
Yeah, I think that could be.
It could be Eli trying to get close to Emma and talk, about Kieran and try to sway her a certain way and make her think a certain way. And then it's going to be like, bam, it's both of us.
I'm thinking it's a...
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking it was Miss Lang. When I saw Miss Lang standing, I was looking at her and I was like, you know what? She's got broad shoulders. I can see her manhandling a dude.
I mean,
She was
Still,
strong.
it still could be.
I don't think it would be because I feel like that's too much from season 1. That she was also attacked or whatever. Like Piper was also attacked.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
I
her
think that's
attack was
too
really
copycat.
and her attack was really brutal
Yeah.
compared to Piper's in season 1. Like she was just knocked down in season 1, wasn't
And
she?
like dragged, I
Yeah.
think, right? I don't know.
Miss Lang is strong though. She just kicks the killer.
Yeah.
She's throwing the VCR or whatever that is, the TV stand into the killer. She's fighting back, and I thought she was gonna actually get away for a second.
I was pretty impressed.
I guess climbing up the stairs is not her strong suit.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I felt like that scene was really good though. It was stressful, and I didn't know what was coming next. And I think they did a really good job with that.
So she's writing a book. Is that what we're concluding?
I think so, because you saw on the tapes chapter 1, chapter 2, and then you saw, like, she also recorded Noah and Emma, too.
Yeah. So she's obsessed. Would you say she's just as obsessed as Piper was with the whole story and the whole Lakewood 6?
I feel like it's a different kind of obsession. This is just like, I can make money off this. Well, where Piper was like, I'm going to kill these
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
I
True.
think
a
she
little
might.
different.
Yeah, I think she might really be what we thought Piper was last season. She really is that. You know what I mean? Like she really cares. Like she really wants to know what's really going on. And I think that's what we thought Piper was last season. We thought she was just really into it and really trying to figure out for her storytelling purposes, but it just turns out that she's just, a murderer. And I think Miss Lang is really that. Like she really is obsessed with with what's going on in this town.
Or do you think she's a psychologist? Sorry, and she's obsessed with the psyche
True.
of everybody and trying to study everybody in that way, like
Yeah.
a psycho. Yeah.
It's a really intense way to go about that,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Do you guys think then, after seeing all of that and seeing her be attacked, that she is in the clear from being a suspect?
You know, as a person that was saying it was her this whole time, I do kind of think she's in the clear now because of how she reacted with Branson.
Okay.
You know, I think last episode they clearly wanted to make you think, oh, it's Miss Lang, it's Miss Lang. Look, oh, only a woman would chop off his hand and stuff. And then, like, a lot of comments were saying, oh, that killer has boobs. Did you guys read that? Like,
Yes,
No, I
a
didn't
lot of
see
people
that.
thought they saw boobs.
So, I think this episode was definitely more like, oh, Zoe might be the killer now. You
Yeah,
know?
that's
Kind
what
of
they- I think
shove it
that's what
on
they're
that. Even though I still think it's
Oh.
Kieran.
Did you guys feel like it was Zoe?
There's
No,
something about Zoe.
There's a lot of
Okay,
things.
what about her?
She cute. No, but
I
there's
know,
something,
in that bathing suit though.
Yeah, but no, there's something about her that's making me think something's up. Like I don't know what it is. Well, first, clearly she lied. She lied blatantly to Noah, and then had to switch it up. And if you notice, everything that was happening to the killer this episode, it looked like a lot of his plans, something interrupted them, and he had to call an audible. You know what I mean? Like he had a plan,
Right.
and then the janitor came, and I think he had a stash house for the bodies, but Eli used
I think
it.
Kieran and Eli knew about
Yeah.
that place.
You think so?
And I think the killer was trying to just burn the bodies. And I think the killer's Kieran.
So, but do you think it's Kieran and Zoe?
It could be, because there's a lot of things that she did. First of all, she said she was really good friends with Riley, who is the girl that's been emailing the dad.
Oh.
And I would assume she might be handy with a computer, because she was very fast to just forward that thing about Audrey.
Yeah.
And just the way she's just very... I guess it could just be her being jealous of Noah and Audrey's relationship, but if she's the killer and she knows that Audrey's in on it, it's like, oh, I want to know how much she knows. I want to know if Noah knows. Also, how she was trying to have sex with Noah, because that's like the number one thing about scary movies.
Yeah.
You can't kill a virgin.
Something weird she said to Noah when she made that lie about the space camp. She said, I was away. I was out of Lakewood for a month. I was away. Mm-hmm. I wasn't here. I was at this space camp. And he says, oh, yeah, no, actually, I've been applying for that, and that's June, so you're not telling the truth. And she got all weird, and she stepped out of the car and said that she became really lonely for a while and did something stupid. So I'm assuming that maybe it was like a suicide attempt.
I think
Could be.
so.
So then she said, my mom called in a therapist, and I just kind of stayed home from school for a month. So she didn't leave Lakewood. She said she left Lakewood, and then she stayed home from school.
Yeah, I think it's really bizarre how okay Noah is about that. You know, just like after all that happened in that month, like I would be like, nah, seriously, did you kill yourself? Tell me. Can I see the doctor's note? I don't believe you. Because he knows now that somebody else is taunting Audrey, so he knows somebody else is in on it, So I would be more concerned. But I guess, not all guys think with their head sometimes.
I was gonna have to say, as a once teenage virgin myself, I must agree with Noah's actions. Thinking clearly is not something he's doing. She's in a bikini. He's just like damn. She could have said anything, like, oh, okay, that's crazy. Anyway, hi. Yeah.
Melissa Davis is talking about the month. She was probably killing people, and she helped Piper, who was her friend.
Oh.
I can see that.
Okay, so then it can't be just Zoe now. It's got to be Zoe and...
Kieran.
Okay.
Well,
Love your face.
Man, everyone just
even with all of these things pointing to it being Zoe, I guess I'm not really on board with that yet, because I really do like Noah and Zoe. Mm-hmm. And I don't want her to be the killer, because I think that's a cute little relationship.
I liked Riley and Noah too,
True.
though. I think this was definitely an episode where they wanted you to think it's Zoe. So I don't think it's exactly her. I do think it's still Kieran, because especially he saw Eli and her flirting a lot. I feel like him and Eli, they might be working together, but I feel like he also knew about that house, and I think he burnt it down.
Well, they could be working together.
He wasn't in the episode that often.
They could be working together, and they could have also had maybe a rivalry while working together. And him burning the house could have been sending him a message to stop focusing on Emma and focus on the job.
Yeah.
It could be something like that. Because if you remember in Scream 1, even though they don't really use the movies that much, if in Scream 1, they did argue a lot. The two killers at the very end, they had a lot of beef going on. So it could be something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I had to burn the evidence because you were stupid and bringing a girl over there.
Wait, so you're saying that Kieran saw Eli and Emma at the coffee shop flirting, and then went and
followed them, and then he got so mad that Eli would be stupid enough to bring her over there.
That's a great...
That he lit the place on fire with them inside to prove a point to him. And that's why Eli was so panicked to leave. Like, yo, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
But you think he knew that they were gonna get out, or he was trying to kill him?
I'm saying it's just a possibility. Okay. That could be what it was.
I think he knew. Like, I feel like if they both know the house well enough, that's why he knew. Oh, the garage is open. You know, scare them enough where they're like, oh, there's no place. But if Eli's been there quite enough times, go out there.
I just saw a comment up here that said Zoe was trying to distract Noah for Audrey to be framed for Miss Lang's death. So Zoe working with someone else.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know who said that. I apologize. That went too fast.
Well, yeah. And now that she has that scoop, the little audio note on Audrey, right? Mm-hmm. She can use that.
And we have another one saying Aunt Tina set the house on fire because that's what the mayor wanted her to do. So that could be true.
God, you guys just got goosebumps.
Because the mayor was going to pay Jake to do something at Ren Lake Estates. So now the mayor's using her for a business opportunity. Aunt Tina, who we didn't see this episode, but maybe it could be her burning down the house because of that.
But
So the mayor could be the killer.
okay,
Oh my God,
so
now
then
I'm getting
if the
confused.
mayor is the killer, do you think he knew that Branson and Eddie Kruger was in the bathtub, or the killer just like why would he want to burn that place down?
Get rid of the bodies.
Insurance, probably, or something.
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like always behind a mayor is money or something.
What about get rid of the bodies?
but that would be
I don't
Brooke's
think-
dad being the killer,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think the
which
mayor's
I
the killer.
think could
That could
really
be.
be it.
Okay.
I don't know, you guys.
I want to
There's
talk.
so many theories.
I think definitely the one. I think there could be multiple killers, but I think one of the killers has to be somebody from the previous season, just because I feel like it's more of an impact if it's somebody that we know, like more shocking.
Kieran's got to be one
So
of
it
them.
could be the
'Cause
yeah.
it just leads to him. He's always missing.
Yeah, he's
But maybe that's what they want us to think because he's always missing. But it has to be. He's never there.
Gotta
What
be.
about him just genuinely wanting to protect Emma, which is what Eli said to Emma. He's scared. He wants to protect you. He doesn't want things to go wrong, so he's going to give the sheriff the information to protect Emma in the end.
Which, by the way, if I walked in and I saw my girlfriend or whatever flirting with my stepbrother
Yeah,
or whatever, cousin, sorry, I would not just like look at it and shake my head and walk away. I'd be like, "Excuse me, what
Yeah,
are
but
you
if he's the
doing?"
killer, then he just followed them,
Burned it down.
burned it down. But while all that was happening, wasn't the killer at the high school?
Well, there could be two of them. Remember? And also no, because that was during the daytime.
That was in the daytime too.
No, but the
At night.
it was
fire
like
was at night.
Fire was at night, school was in the daytime, and the coffee shop was in the daytime. So Eli and Kieran were both at the coffee shop at a certain point, and somebody was at the school doing something.
But Kieran was only there for a hot second.
And Zoe was at the beach, or at the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kieran was only there for a hot. He was in and out.
Okay.
So he could have ran back to the school.
Where was Stavo during this whole season or episode?
Drawing.
Drawing. Yeah, probably working on his comic
Yeah.
book.
Let's talk about Audrey and Brooke. So Brooke is freaking out after she created this whole thing and tried to torture Branson, but not really hurt him, and she just left him there. We saw that last week, and she goes to Audrey and confesses everything to her. And I like how Audrey was handling this situation. She was trying to use her knowledge of everything and actually protect her friend,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as opposed to worrying too much about getting caught. She was still worried about that, about the truth coming out in a bad way, but she just was trying to protect her friend. She wanted to go and, yeah, I don't know. I think that she was better somehow in this episode.
Yeah, I think she was good intentioned until the GIF, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go up." But I like how she figured out that what his plan was again to catch her in the act. But yeah, I think it was nice because they never really bond that much, her and Brooke.
Yeah, I like that seeing that too.
Yeah.
Because Brooke was initially going to talk to Emma about this, but couldn't find Emma because Emma wasn't there yet. So she just confided in Audrey, and they got closer.
Yeah, I really like how each episode, how it's getting closer and closer to how we're getting more of those moments of Noah and Audrey really starting to knock down clues. I really think that's cool. Like, I like the fact that they figured out that the killer made a mistake, and I don't think we've seen that yet, where the killers actually made a mistake and it got called out. Like Audrey called it. I'm like, wait, that wasn't meant to happen. He messed up.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's cool.
So we should do that more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm scared about them not being able to hold secrets, though, with each other, because I think the killer has some kind of... I think the killer gets Audrey's texts, Audrey's calls, knows what's going on. Then there's this GoPros everywhere. We see that in the hotel room, which, by the way, how do you not see that blinking light?
Yeah.
They're focused on the bed.
No,
I don't know.
come
Yeah.
on.
Well, you know they're dumb.
Yeah, but the GoPros are everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, education isn't strong in Lakewood. You know, they don't have a strong education system there. Everyone there is just like, hey, whatever. It's like the easiest town to kill.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest town.
Why they
to
do
murder.
it twice.
I know. Every summer, come down for a killing over here in Lakewood.
It looks like a pretty place, though.
It does look like a pretty place. It's so pretty.
It does.
It stupefies you.
Where is it filmed? Do we know?
Louisiana.
Ah, very nice.
How do you guys feel about the Sheriff Acosta, being involved at all? Because we see some weird situations tonight.
Now, I'm super confused about him, the picture, and the conversation he had with the mother. Mm-hmm. Now there's given off more indication that they know each other from the past, that they were involved with something with Brandon James, and he knows more. Like, he was really involved with them.
Yeah, what did he say today? Like, we did this to Emma?
Yeah, we did this to Emma.
I think it's like a reference to Troy.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah,
I think that's the face that was scratched out. Unless Brandon James is alive, which I think is kind of.
Well,
You still think that's a
crazy.
possibility?
I don't know. I think that's too much. That's too like not Scream. That's very like Jason and stuff. You know.
Well. What about the theory that Emma's father is Troy James? Is that how that got debunked? Right? How did that get debunked? That's not possible?
I mean, maybe her real father is, but I don't think that guy is Troy James. That guy that we
Kevin?
met.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody was saying, Joey, I think it said, the sheriff is Troy.
It could be.
Yeah. I think they're like hiding Troy. I think that's what they were talking about. Like, oh, we did this. We got rid of him or whatever. Isn't that what the mom was saying?
Okay, so the sheriff and Maggie, they were talking, and they found the picture, and she said, oh, that's Emma. And then she asked him if he called Quinn. We don't know who Quinn is, right?
No.
Who's Quinn?
Yeah, so she said, did you call Quinn? And they handled this situation. It's about Emma, and it could be our own fault.
Ooh.
I really don't even know what that means. Who's Quinn? Do you guys know who Quinn
who's
is?
Quinn, you
Yeah,
guys?
tell us.
Billy
It's annoying too because that was in the previews to last episode, and it was just the last minute.
Audrey's dad is Troy.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I mean,
Who are
that's
her
a
parents?
Well, we don't see any parents except Emma's mom and Stavo's dad, right?
Yeah.
Brooke's
Oh, and
dad.
Brooke's
Sky,
dad.
the boss, said the sheriff
Oh,
is Troy
Quinn
James.
is the mayor.
Okay. Ooh, so the mayor is involved somehow
So
with some kind of a secret with the Brandon James, and
So was he like
Thanks, guys.
one of their friends'
Quinn
kids
is the
too?
mayor. Quinn is, yes.
Okay, thank you. So was Quinn one of their friends' kids too? So was it like
Maybe.
the sheriff, the mother, the father, and the mayor? They're kind of like the original Lakewood Six. Could that be what it was?
ooh,
Maybe.
yeah,
That's interesting.
the original Lakewood Six.
You know.
I like that.
Think about that. Daisy, Quinn, sheriff,
The dad,
the dad,
Troy.
Maybe
Troy,
Brandon.
Brandon.
I mean,
That's
Brandon
six
would have
right
to be
there.
like six.
Brandon was the
The
Killer.
killer, so who
Oh,
else would
man.
be in that whole group?
That's such a great point. I never thought about. You were just full of them today, Michael.
Michael. All right.
Yeah, because Audrey definitely has some kind of a connection with Brandon James. Her dad could be Troy just
Yeah.
because of that one picture in her room in the pilot.
Well, she just said she related to him. Like,
True, but there's
But
got
it's
to be
weird.
more, on a deeper connection.
Someone said, I forgot. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, but they said just like in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, because you know the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Freddy Krueger is killing the children of his enemies.
yeah.
Pretty much, because the people, the adults.
The kids on Elm
That
Street.
made fun of him
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
No, the adults. They burned him alive
Yeah.
because he was a pedophile.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then he kills the kids in their dreams. So it could be something like that. And the first was it episode 1 that was called Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
Yes.
Episode 1 was called Nightmare on Elm Street.
And one of the, so are you saying kind of then one of the
Dude.
original Lakewood Six would be a killer that's killing the kids now? It's one of the original Lakewood Six
Well-
that's a killer?
Well, hold on. You might be crashing my theory here.
Sheriff Hudson, the first, maybe like Kieran's dad. Maybe he was one of the original people.
You could have.
Right.
Gosh.
But it seemed like they were getting to know each other, Maggie and Sheriff Hudson, too,
Yeah.
at the same time.
Oh. So, okay.
I think one of the killers is clearly someone who is related to Brandon James or Troy James, who is like an extended family of them. But I'm just saying, just in the fact that they have history with Brandon James and now their children are paying for it. I think that can be like the connection to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
So maybe, I don't know, something's up with Troy. Someone's Troy's kid.
I kind of don't want Troy to be the killer because he's related to Brandon James, just like Piper was related.
Yeah, I feel like
You know?
it's too
Easy?
much. Like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but then
So
again, like in
unrelated, but somehow.
Scream, it was like Billy's mom. Scream 2 was Billy's mom, who was related to the original kill. You know, Billy, the first killer.
Yikes.
True.
Okay.
Oh, it says there's one. Audrey's dad was in one episode last season. I do not remember that. Thank you though. Thank you. Damn
Did
it.
we cover the whole episode?
Yeah, but one more thing I just want to talk about is Branson. The whole thing at the end when they were being burnt, the house was burning, and Branson was, you know, at this point his hand is cut off. He was stabbed. I think he would have lost enough blood in
I know that sucks.
I think so.
in the high school.
Like he keeps waking up, dying, and waking up, and then dying.
It was unnecessary.
Like, come on, like,
Let
why-
him go.
Yeah, like why burn him alive? Like he's already dead. It didn't add anything extra to me.
Yeah.
Or maybe it might be revealed that the killer wanted to keep him alive. And that's why Kieran's going to get mad at Eli. He's like, you made me burn him alive. I wanted him. I still needed him. You know what I mean? Like maybe Kieran or the killer kept him alive because clearly he already kept him alive. He likes keeping them alive.
Yeah.
But he was forced to burn the house down with him in there because Eli made the stupid mistake of bringing a lady.
So when the killer stabbed Branson at the school, did he do that on accident because he was going to stab Miss Lang and it just kind of like went into Branson? Like how did he get
I think actually,
that's
yeah.
extra stabbed?
Yeah, that's what happened.
That was what
I
happened?
think you're right.
Okay.
So maybe the killer didn't even burn down the house though. That just happened, and the killer wanted to keep Branson alive and thought he would sit there in the tub and be alive. And this whole fire burning house was a separate story.
That's what I'm thinking, though I can't. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm going with. I think that's what it was. I think he wanted Branson to be alive. Like, it's the only reason I could see him waking up before the fire. Why else would you do that?
Or he just doesn't die.
I know.
Like that girl in Austin Powers. Why won't you die? Sorry, that's a reach.
Okay, well done.
So I think we did cover everything though. Let's jump into some predictions.
Okay.
I mean,
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So we see next week, Audrey's being tormented. There's 12 dead. So I don't know if that's including first season and now.
I think so.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
now
there's no-
there's only like 3.
Right. So then there's also the Lakewood Days Carnival, and it looks like there's some serious stuff going down. And Stavo brings up a good point. Why is there a carnival going on like this when all these murders are happening in this town? Kieran's in trouble. Emma's got a gun to the killer. That was a lot.
Emma's got a gun to the killer, but I think like at that moment she may not know if it's him or if it's Kieran. Like I think she even doubts it at that second. Didn't it come off like that?
Like, she's like,
she
"Where's
was just
Kieran?"
like,
Well, she
yeah,
wants
where's
to know where
Kieran?
he is.
But like,
Yeah.
Are you Kieran? You think
and
she's thinking
hesitates
that?
shooting him. I don't know.
I don't think she
No?
is. I think she just wants to know where he is.
Oh.
But I think that killer is him.
Poor Pegah. She's like, oh, well.
I think that video of
Wah, wah.
him like just being taped, that's so fake. You
It
know?
looked really fake.
It's
Yeah, but-
definitely him luring her in.
Us being on Kieran's trail so early, we could be, but at the same time, maybe that's what they want. And they're just going to keep killing every single person we think is the killer.
I don't
is it
know.
really
Kieran
early?
was number 1 for a while for me. So, and he hasn't been.
I mean, there's 4 episodes
know.
left, right? There's 4 episodes left. Is it really early?
There's
8,
5.
9, 10, 11,
5
12,
more.
5. Okay. I mean,
No, it's going too fast.
Well, that's
I
what they
love the show.
do though. They like each episode they're like, oh, it might be this person. Oh, it might be this You know, I feel like each episode it kind of gives you a hint.
There's a strong case for everyone.
yeah.
There really is.
When was Piper revealed last season? Was it the
Last
final season?
episode, yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that this time. Because
They're
it's
going
too.
to.
They're
They're
going
gonna.
to.
No, I would be. I hope.
What?
I hope they do a bait and switch. I hope they reveal it first, and then they reveal something else.
JK, it's really done.
Yeah, no, but they
No, that's not
reveal it
happening.
like episode 9, and then they go 10, 11, maybe chasing the killer, or something, and then 12, we find out the killer had an accomplice, and then we reveal the real killer
It's
behind
like
the killer.
Scream Queens. I feel like
Oh, I didn't watch that
Spoiler
show.
alert.
very-
Thanks, Kelly.
nothing in
That show's
No,
good
that
too.
show
It's
was.
just very much. Is this one? Oh, is this one? This one?
There's a couple of people in here talking about how the whole town is a setup.
It very well could be put
do you
on
mean?
by the mayor, which is the killer.
Or the sheriff,
Sorry, yeah.
Military.
the coroner,
No, just-
all the important people, right? Maggie's the coroner,
Uh-huh.
the sheriff, the mayor, the Lakewood Six are all running the town.
Gosh.
I don't know.
Call Rihanna.
So many unanswered questions.
So, okay, let's go around the table. Killer.
Oh,
I've
I've got nothing
Hi,
right
Joey.
now. I've got nothing.
Throw a name out there. You
Nothing.
gotta- you gotta
Come
lie.
on.
I can't. Give me something.
There's
Wait.
so many suspects.
I mean, I'm more open to Zoe. I think
course you're
Kieran's
open to
one of
Zoe.
them.
Okay.
I want to see more. I don't know if I want Zoe. I don't want Zoe to die yet. Even though I'm saying she might be part of the killers, but I don't want her to die because I want to see more. I
Her
like
in a
the,
bathing suit?
oh yeah, I want to see more Audrey.
Right.
I want to see more Audrey, Zoe, Noah love triangle. I like that threesome going on. I like the arguing, like what's happening, who likes who. I like
Well, that's
that.
interesting because Audrey does give those looks of kind of,
Yeah.
is she jealous? Is she thinking that? But then it could be,
What if she likes What if she likes Zoe?
You guys, when she was like, if I thought there was an actual human girl in here, a living, what did she say? Whatever. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so who do you think the killer is, Pegah?
Eli
Okay.
and the mayor.
Eli and
Okay.
Mayor.
Kieran.
Kieran. You're gonna always be Kieran.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scream out loud if it is Kieran. You're
Pun
gonna be right
intended.
again. Yeah, scream, pun intended. I think maybe there is a possibility that Eli and Kieran are working
I
together.
think that too.
But then what's going on with the sheriff and Maggie?
I think that's just a red herring. I think that's just like to throw us off, like, oh, are they? But I think it's definitely more close than than adults. I feel like aren't. I feel like it wouldn't make as much of a difference, or not. It wouldn't make a big deal out of
Yeah.
it. But I feel like if it's somebody that we knew from the first season, like one of the six, it's a bigger impact.
Yeah.
And where was Eli's mom today?
Burning the house down. We just didn't see her.
Yeah, right. We thought it was her in the beginning
You think so?
while
Then
he was Goldilocksing.
okay. So then the task that he had for her was to burn the house down and not to
Goldilocksing.
kill
She said
someone?
Goldilocksing, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make fun of you." Like, you know,
That's
what's
weird.
Wrong? What's wrong with Emma?
Something.
Happy birthday,
Emma.
Poolie.
Oh, happy
Bomba-
birthday.
Bomb batch.
Bomb batch.
One more thing before we guys go. Do you think Miss Lang is dead or is she gonna make it?
She's gonna make it, but seeing what happens to Branston, she might make it, then just come get stabbed in the face.
No, I think like the janitor saved her and
Yeah.
she's in the hospital. But
The real
Get
killer.
murdered in the hospital.
that's true.
What if the janitor's Troy James?
Oh
No,
God.
oh my god.
I don't
Getting
think Haley
crazy.
is the killer,
Yeah.
Steven.
No.
I think she's just an annoying
Haley.
little teenager.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, where can everybody find you until next week?
You can find me on Twitter at Michael_Drew, Michael EAL, and the same damn thing on Instagram.
You can find me on Twitter as well at Pegah Rad.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Holly Weirdo.
And you can find me on Twitter at Katie EE Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell. Instagram at Katie Campbell 13 and YouTube.com/Katie Campbell online. And we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.